Oh. Maddie, do you need help with anything?
No, I'm good.
Okay.
Okay, so mine is about like a lot of the roses for Valentine's Day that we sell here are from like Mexico and like Latin America. And before they can come into the US, they have to like, the US federal inspectors have to sniff, touch, and inspect all the flowers to make sure there aren't any like insects in them. Because if the insects get onto American soil, they could like destroy part of like our land, which is kind of scary. But yeah, I thought that was interesting because I didn't know that they had to go through that. So last year, just at one port, there were 19 million flowers, and they found 1,175 insects.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Did it say what kind of insects?
It said, including mites, flies, aphids, thrips, and moths. Not sure what some of those are.
Aphids, I heard we have aphids here.
And mites.
And mites, yeah, yeah. I mean, there is lots of kinds, but yeah.
Since some of them might have diseases too, like some flowers might have like diseases in them. Or microscopic pests.
Huh, that's creepy.
And did they say how long it takes?
No,
Process?
they didn't, but it did say that if they, like, because the truck drivers drive the roses there, and then if they like don't pass, then they have to like bring them back and then have them like cleaned or like sprayed down, and then they have to bring them back and try again until they can get them through. And there are like a bunch of different ports all along like the border. This one's in California.
Does it say why they get out of the U.S.? Because why can't we just like grow them here?
I don't know, it didn't always say, but yeah, I don't know. I guess maybe the weather's better there all year round, kind of, because it's like winter right
Yeah,
now here.
I think
so-
with this season especially, we probably had a higher demand for them than we could supply, so they probably had to go get them. Yeah. Huh, that's interesting, thanks. Any other questions or comments? All right. How many of you buy flowers for Valentine's Day for someone? Or maybe, yeah, just Holly. Who do you get them for, Holly? That's very nice. I sure appreciate that. No. All right, next. Marie?
So mine's about 18 hospital patients at a North Carolina hospital that were exposed to a really rare deadly brain disease because they had like brain surgery and they didn't properly sanitize the instruments, and so the hospital called them later after their surgeries and told them that they may or may not have a disease that will kill them within a year. So it's just I feel like that's really irresponsible of the hospital and horrible for those people. But, yeah.
Yeah, any questions or comments for Marie's story?
Where did she say it was?
North Carolina.
So, since it's rare brain disease, did they not know about this particular disease until now? Is that what the
No,
problem
I think
was?
they knew about it, but it was just so rare they didn't properly, there's the normal sanitizing process, and then there's one that's extra to prevent that. And since it's so rare, they didn't bother to do that one. And so it was given from one person to the other during therapy.
Yeah, okay. Oh, well. Also scary. All right, thanks, yeah.
So, mine is about the findings of a 3,600-year-old mummy, and they weren't found by the Spanish archaeologists, but they're taking care of the mummy, and the reason it was found is because Germans had a permit to go to the pyramids of Giza, I think, yeah. But they were not allowed to touch anything or excavate, they were only allowed to look, but they found this mummy And they also found that the Germans took pieces of stone from the pyramids and they smuggled them back to Germany because they were making a documentary about the pyramids being, they were produced by people predating the ancient Egyptians. So, and the Egyptians figured this out because they released this documentary, and it's just been this whole like big scandal. And there were also Egyptians with the Germans, and they were helping the Germans, so they're an accessory to the theft. So they're in trouble too. So it's not good. Yeah. Question?
Wait, so did they dig up the mummy then?
Yeah, they
Okay,
did.
so
And so
even
there's
they weren't
like,
allowed to, they
yeah,
still dug
and
too.
yeah, they also destroyed like antiques in the tombs, so that's not good.
When does it say like when people are like going on like these like little voyages to the pyramids, is there like no like security going
Well,
on?
unfortunately, Egypt has had a series of theft because they've had a recent security vacuum where people aren't being checked out, and they can't like trust the Egyptians that go with the Germans or whoever is going into the pyramids, because if they end up stealing something, the Egyptians don't say anything because they don't want to, be associated with it, but they found out that the Egyptians knew about it, so yeah, it was a question.
Do you know why the Germans were given like the permission to go there in the first place?
It didn't say, but they wanted, I'm assuming that they probably just said, oh, we want to look at the pyramids. I don't know. I'm not entirely sure, but yeah, and unfortunately this isn't the first time that this has happened, but it's been a problem for Egypt, so
It makes me wonder, like, when they did, no one would notice them excavating a mummy. Like,
because it was
although
inside
maybe,
the tomb.
well,
so,
sure,
yeah.
sure. I wonder if it was at night or something, though.
Yeah,
or
but-
maybe just, I guess, an isolated area. But,
Yeah.
I don't know.
But I thought it was neat that they said that the mummy had original drawings and writings on the sarcophagus, and then it said that the mummy is to date back to 1600 BC and belongs to a high official. So, very interesting stuff.
Anybody ever seen a mummy before? Not
Yeah,
like
TV.
wandering around in your bedroom, but like, yeah. Have you ever seen one maybe at a museum? Historical museum?
Actually, no, I think I did see
Yeah.
one in the museum.
Yeah. I think they're very fascinating. The whole process is really interesting. This reminds me with the I guess stolen art in a way in Germany. Has anybody seen the movie Monuments Men? It's really good. Have you heard of it? Do you know what it is? It's let's see, who's George Clooney, I think was like the director, and he also stars in it, and with several other famous actors, and it's based on all true events. During World War II, the Germany was our main enemy during World War II, and obviously the Holocaust was going on and all of this. Well, Germany stole as much art and statues and artifacts as they could from Italy, France, Belgium, just as kind of an extra like slap in the face during wartime, and took, stole these items, took them back to Germany and hid them in various mines, like copper mines and things underground, so that they wouldn't be found. And they burned like half of all of the artwork that they stole. Well, George Clooney plays this professor during that time, and he asks the president if he can put together like a group of men who are called the Monuments Men, that's their nickname, to see if they can go over and try to recover this art and go on like a military mission. And they do, and they end up saving a lot of it. And so it's really cool, but all of the characters are based on actual men and women that helped out with this process. So, but it was really sad, and you don't really think about people dying and buildings being destroyed and things like that, but you don't think about like all of the artwork that people have produced, which is a big part of their culture and how they view life, and so it was really sad, but kind of a neat thing. So, but it's a good movie. It's and as war movies go, it's not horribly violent or anything like that. I mean, they kind of, they look a little bit into that, but it's mostly focuses on this art issue, and it's kind of funny in parts too, so I recommend it. But this story reminded me of that. Good, any other questions or comments for Holly? Next, Mac?
Mine's about Disney's getting sued for the Lotso the bear from Toy Story 3. Because
It's very specific.
there's some company in New Jersey, doesn't give out a name, just says that there's a company in New Jersey that before the movie had made a bear that was lots of hugs and looks just like the bear that's in the movie. So, I don't know why this is just now coming out. I mean, the movie's been out for years now, but it's saying since they called the bear Lots of Huggin' and has a different name, it doesn't matter since it's the same bear, that Disney should owe this company money for the movie. But so this company in New Jersey had this bear and signed off for a different company, it's I don't remember what it was called, but a different company to have the same bear but had to change the name to Hugs a Lot, just had to change the name. Well, this company was in the same thing with Disney, so Disney thought it was okay to take theirs and just put a different name on it. And so since it wasn't allowed by this company, they wanted to sue them for it.
So when did the bear come out, and when did the Disney movie?
It doesn't say when, but I'm sure it was probably a little bit before the movie.
Yeah.
But
Right.
it didn't say on the article when the bear had officially came out.
Okay.
But Disney has its own bear now, and there's 5 different types of bears.
Well, I feel like cartoon bears all kind of look alike, don't they? I mean, there's brown with round ears and a black nose. I mean, there's not much, you can't really differentiate that.
Yeah, he's purple.
Oh,
It's funny
he's
because
purple.
I have the one from Disney. Oh.
Oh, okay.
But and I don't know if the other one, the one New Jersey's, okay, Disney's if the teddy bear smells like strawberries because in the movie that's his smell.
Mhm.
So I don't know if the other one smells like strawberries or not. So if it smells like maybe.
I feel like it's not fair though because the one company that's affiliated with Disney is I don't understand why the other company that's in New Jersey would allow the company that's affiliated with Disney to have the bear, but to rename it, and then that company is going to give that bear to Disney. It doesn't. It doesn't. I don't know.
Yeah, something doesn't sit well with that. I don't know. I'm just imagining in court, the prosecutor saying, "All right, Exhibit A," and holding up a pink bear, and this one is strawberry scented, while the defendant. I mean, what a ridiculous thing to spend so much time and effort on and money.
There are other problems
Oh my
in the
gosh.
world.
Yeah, right.
Pink bears.
That's funny. Although I guess if you had to sue a company, Disney would be a good one to
Yeah.
sue because they have the money to give, but which I think is probably why they're doing this.
Especially, why would they come out with this now when Toy Story 3 came out
5 years
a couple, 5 years ago.
I don't know.
Yeah,
5 years
they're
ago.
I
just
don't know.
desperate for money.
Yeah,
and,
probably. They just
Just
want
trying
I think it was
find
5, I think
something
at least
to
2 or 3
Yeah.
years.
Really? Well, and sometimes trials can take that. Sometimes, whenever you have a lawsuit, especially if it's something big like that, they may have started it out right away, and it's now just coming into play. Those things can go on and on for years. But that's interesting. Okay, thanks, Mac. Does everybody know what
Yeah.
they're talking about?
Yeah.
I haven't seen Toy Story 3, so I don't know.
Oh, you sure they took it?
Kind of a mean bear.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
really
he's
oh,
the
it's a bad
he's the
bad
villain.
guy.
The article was was talking about how like he rules Sunnyside daycare with
Yes.
an iron fist.
Oh, no.
Oh, it's a teddy bear.
Yeah,
Oh
he has
my
like
gosh.
he has like this evil monkey that like screams, and they have like security cameras everywhere.
It's really like the Simpsons.
He's got like this giant baby doll.
Wow.
He was like the muscle
takes
over
And the
there.
reason
Like
why he's
Scotch
so bitter
tape.
is because he was left on the side of the road whenever like his owner was like on a picnic or something.
And
And
then
then he went back to the house and they had a new one, so, and she had a new one, so he was mad about that.
Oh, gosh.
Ridiculous.
Wow. Well, those toys, be nice to your toys, right?
Yeah.
I think that's their mom.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
All right, thanks, Mac. Mac, I think you also won an award for best pants today.
Yeah.
And they went well with your
Article.
Aaron?
My article is about a warehouse in Savannah that has gone up in flames but is being contained by the local fire department. This was, I believe, on February 8th, and it was a warehouse full of 5,600 tons of rubber.
Ooh.
So they don't really know the cause of the fire, but they say that all the port workers, this was like near a port, are all accounted for and safe. So, yeah.
Oh, geez.
And I found this on Fox News.
I hadn't heard of that, although I bet with the burning rubber, like, I bet you could smell that for miles.
Yeah, look, I've actually got a picture of the smoke.
Oh
coming
my
out
gosh,
of
you should, can we pass around your picture?
Sure.
Oh, that's awesome.
That's probably because I printed it out in black and white.
Well, yeah, but still you can see the massive smoke.
No matter what kind of smoke it is, it's still good. Yeah, rubber is so bad, like to burn.
The smell.
It would also like cover 225,000 acres or something.
Oh my gosh.
They say that it's contained, but
Did you say what company it's for?
no, it doesn't really say. It didn't really say.
And where was this, Aaron?
In a warehouse by the ports near downtown Savannah.
Oh, okay. Or Georgia.
Okay.
Georgia.
All right, thanks, Aaron.
Anybody have an uplifting comment?
Oh, all right. Okay, next, Olivia?
Mine's about a 911 call. 18-year-old Brianna Marshall from Wisconsin called saying her half-sister and her new baby son were missing. And then the police arrested the half-sister for kidnapping the baby when they found the baby outside in a bin,
Oh,
wrapped in blankets. I thought that was awful. But the sad part's on the 911 call, I guess the operator like asked about the sister if she would have taken the son, and she's like sticks up for her sister and says like there's no way she would do that. And then later she finds out that the sister took the baby, but yeah, that was sad.
Oh, boy.
Yeah.
What was the motive?
It didn't really go into much detail, just that the half-sister ran off with the kid. It didn't say why, but I'm guessing the half-sister was around the same age, so they were both pretty young, but I'm not sure.
So is it 18?
Yeah, but it didn't
Oh,
say
that
how
was-
old the
That
half-sister
was
was.
the mom was
Mhm.
18. Might have been jealous or something.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
That's,
At least I found the baby.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's good, that's good. And the baby was okay, did it?
Mhm.
Did it-
Yeah.
at least it was wrapped in blankets. That shows that, like.
Yeah, except that it was
I know.
in Wisconsin, so it was probably like 10 below or something.
I know,
or
but like,
worse.
yeah, I know that like.
But yeah, you're
If it's
right.
found in
That's
a
true.
bin, like that's horrible with like no blankets, but with
She took
blankets.
the care to
it
wrap it up
shows, like,
before she
that-
threw it in the bin. That's awful, but yeah.
I mean, it shows that
At least
she's
she
not
could've-
actually, like, she doesn't
I
have,
thought when
like.
you
There was
said
some
that,
sort
it
of,
was like
there was some sort of
Yeah.
carrying.
It didn't
away.
say
Yeah.
that, so I'm guessing it's okay.
Because
Yeah.
that's what they
Good.
say when like, when they find like
How old
people
was-
who've
do
been
you know how
murdered
old the
in
baby
their
was?
bodies, if they're like
Just a
wrapped in
newborn.
a certain
Okay,
way,
so
it
it's
helps out.
maybe
Probably
a few
like
weeks.
probably under.
There's some
two
sort of
months.
room
Like,
where
just
sort
under-
of,
yeah,
a
like-
few
yeah,
months.
that's
Way
that's
too
really
young. I
cute.
can't imagine it being like a
To be left
newborn.
at. Yeah.
Like just came home.
She like
Yeah.
tried to steal it and then she hid it in the bin when the police came looking for it.
Yeah,
I
wish
Wait,
it would have
what
gone
kind of
later.
bin was it?
Could be.
It didn't
Like
say,
a-
it just said bin.
Yeah, it's so
Like,
cold
behind
outside.
I
the
wonder if
How
it was
do you
like
hide
a
the
trash
baby
bin
from
or
your half
a...
sister?
Yeah.
Like,
That's
How old was the, does it say how old the half-sister was?
I'm guessing around the same age, but.
Or she could have been older and felt like the 18-year-old wasn't like suited to take care of the
But
child.
that doesn't explain why
But
she
no,
would
it
put
doesn't
into a-
justify that at all.
It also doesn't explain why she would put it into a bin.
Yeah. I know, yeah, I know.
Yeah, who knows? Oh, wow. Wow, yeah, that's sad. I'm glad the baby's okay.
Okay, so mine is about the HJR 6, which is a vote that people want to make the same-sex marriage in Indiana illegal and not be recognized as a relationship, which means you wouldn't get benefits from your spouse from like your job or something, so you couldn't get their insurance or something. And they want to put that in the state constitution. And there's lots of controversy about this because there's like two sides. One side says we don't want to make a household without like a mother or a father something that just can happen. But then the other side says like, well, it's like it's hard to explain, I guess, because it's a very like it's a hard issue to talk about because I don't want to like make somebody mad.
Oh, sure.
So-
No, well, you're right. That's okay. I mean, that's sort of what this day is for. I mean, you're welcome to share your opinions. And I know kind of how you were trying to explain the two sides. I think there's lots of reasons for each side that you know, everybody kind of has their own thoughts on it. But actually on the news last night, they were talking about this same bill in Indiana. I don't know if you saw this, but they interviewed a priest and then they interviewed, I'm not sure who the lady was. I think she might have worked for some, like civil rights organization or something, but, so her main argument, she was against this bill, meaning that she was for the institution of gay marriage in Indiana, and she was saying, you know, we feel like, any two consenting adults who love each other should have the same rights, to have a relationship, get married, have a family as a man and a woman. And then the priest was saying that he felt that you know, marriage is a sacred bond, you know, according to the Bible, where a man and a woman get married, and that children deserve to have a mother and a father. And so, and I think a lot of people kind of, I mean, in some ways, I agree with both sides of that. I think, you know, I shouldn't go into what I feel, but if you want to share, you know, your feelings on that, that's fine, or if anybody else wants to talk about it.
Yeah, because it says in the Bible, but not everybody is Christian
Yeah.
Right,
in Indiana, so I
right.
feel like there's a
Right.
separation between church and state
Sure.
there that is
Mhm.
kind of forcing you to believe something.
Yeah.
And yeah, I'm against this personally because I think it is an attack on your civil rights and just your rights as like a human being, and I think we're getting too deep into what people are doing and too picky about that. And it's like why does it matter to you who's like doing what with who?
Mhm.
I guess.
Sure.
So that's how I feel about it. But I listen to the other side and I take into consideration what they say, so I'm not like backing out.
Right,
But
right.
yeah, and I think it's going to be general election in November 2014, but I'm not positive. That would mean that the the citizens of Indianapolis.
Right, and it's moving from state to state. I mean, as you guys probably know, there are already a few states that have legalized gay marriage, and so it's gonna keep popping up again and again. Mac, what were
I
you gonna
think
say?
I got a text from, actually, I have the text messaging,
Uh-huh.
and they said something about like November 2014, they said like it wasn't going to.
Okay.
So I don't know why, but like they, like I mean, I know like it was supposed to, but
Yeah.
like then I just got texting it wasn't supposed to. So I don't know.
Huh, okay. I wonder if they postponed or.
I did hear on NPR that it may go to the Supreme Court.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, whoa, okay.
It's
That
pretty
makes
serious.
sense, yeah, that's pretty serious.
They're going to-
Marnay, you didn't get to go?
No.
Okay.
I think I'm the only one.
I guess you can go for French class, or you could go on Monday.
Paige and Laura.
Okay.
Well, why don't you go on Monday?
Okay.
That's fine, okay. That way we can,
My rabbi.
and everybody else went, right?
Uh-huh.
Okay.
Yeah.